So good morning dear students, welcome to Maths Bridge Course. Okay, in the yesterday's session we did the orientation session where we discussed the roadmap for Bridge Course and how it will be beneficial to you, and also how it will give you clarity for you to choose the stream which you want, and also how the concepts will be connected from 10th to 11th and also 12th, so that there will be smooth transition for you from your 10th standard to the 11th and 12th standard, which is crucial years for you, not just because you are facing board exams in 11th and 12th or whatever, but you will be facing the competitive exams, highly competitive exams like NEET, JEE, EAP set, other standard entrance like KSET, other national entrance like ISR aptitude test. About all those things we discussed yesterday. So that's why this Bridge course is of utmost importance. So please pay attention and do watch the classes every day, be it for mathematics and other subjects also, that is physics, chemistry and biology also. So after maths class you will be having sequentially, you will be having other subjects also. So please pay attention every day morning, please watch these classes for the next 20 to 22 days. Clear friends? So when it comes to mathematics, we started off with trigonometry. I told you trigonometry is what? It is the foundation of mathematics when it comes to 11th and 12th syllabus. So that's why we have started with trigonometry. Yesterday whatever we learned, it's just what? It is a revision of the concept that you already have learned in your 10th standard, and just based on the topics of what? 10th mathematics, we were able to solve one or two questions of JEE mains, right? So let us continue from where we left off. So first let us see what are the things that we studied yesterday. Yesterday I told you about the weightage of trigonometry when it comes to your 11th and 12th standard, and also JEE mains and also EPSET exams. Okay, so in yesterday's class we learned what is angle, relation between radians and degrees, trigonometric ratios, reciprocal relations, okay. So and also trigonometric identities, very important trigonometric identities. Now based on the identities itself we were able to solve two questions which are of JEE mains level. Let me show the question also. What was the question that we solved? Okay, so this was the last question that we solved when it comes to yesterday's session, that is this of the question is of what? JEE main JEE main 2021. JEE main 2021. What were the concepts that we used in this question, okay, or the previous question which we solved? Only thing that we used is this identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That means what? Sin square theta can be written as what? Sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus cos square theta. Similarly, cos square theta can be written as what? 1 minus sin square theta. Like this, we transformed each of the identity into various forms, be it 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, or be it 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. In various transform form also we learned the identities in the yesterday's session. So based on this identity only these questions have come. And also one more thing you have to know is the reciprocal relation. Sin theta can be written as what? 1 by cosecant theta. What about cos theta? Cos theta can be written as what? 1 by secant theta. So these are the trigonometric knowledge that we needed for solving this question. Apart from this, we needed the concept of algebra, we needed the help of algebra to solve this question. What are that? See here, a cube plus b cube can be written as what? A plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. This one identity we used, that is algebraic identity. Another identity we wanted is what? A square plus b square. You can write it as what? A plus b whole square minus what is it? 2ab. Okay, based on this only we solve the question. So what are these? These are the concepts that you have learned in your 10th standard, nothing new. Okay, but how to modify and how to apply it? Knowledge you have, but how to apply, that is a big thing when it comes to your 11th and 12th standard. That's how this bridge course will help you. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. See here, this identity we transformed it, and this reciprocal relation we used it, and we took help of our algebraic knowledge, that is a cube plus b cube and a square plus b square. Using that we solved a question from JEE mains 2021. Now you will understand the importance of solving the previous year questions and also this knowledge of identity, because similar, or I can say almost same question has repeated itself in JEE main 2025 April session. Okay, so let me show that. Let me solve that question first, and then let's go to the other concepts. So let me solve that question first, and then let us proceed into other concepts. Clear? Now let me solve that question. First let me show that question to you. Where is the question? So see, this is the question we are having. JEE main JEE Main 2025 April session, we are having this question. So they are asking, if 10 sin power 4 theta plus 15 cos power 4 theta is equal to 6, then the value of 27 cosec power 6 theta plus 8 secant power 6 theta by 16 secant power 8 theta is equal to what? They are asking what? They are asking the value of 27 cosec power 6 theta plus 8 sec power 6 theta divided by what is it? 16 secant power 8 theta is equal to what? They are asking. They are asking the value of this. Now look at this question, 10 sin power 4 theta plus 15 cos power 4 theta is equal to 6. This is what they have given. Okay, let me take up that. They have given what? 10 sin power, what is it? 4 theta plus 15 cos power 4 theta is equal to 6. Now let me show me the question that we solved yesterday, JEE Mains question 2021. So see here friends, this is what we solved. See, similar question has come, nothing much change, similar question, similar concept. That's why doing the POQs is important, but before doing the POQs, strengthening your concepts. Okay, concept clarity and depth in the concepts, deepening the understanding of the concepts which you already know. That is very important. That is what we are going to do in the bridge course. Okay, clear? So let us solve the question. Like you saw, it is very similar. The question is very similar. Now look at this, what they have given. I hope it is visible what I am writing. Okay, fine. So this is what they have given friends. Sin power 4 theta, 10 sin power 4 theta plus 15 cos power 4 theta is equal to 6 they have given. I told you, let us write sin and cos in terms of each other. That is sin everything. That is everything you can convert to sin or everything you convert to cos. Let us convert everything to sin here. So sin power 4 theta I can write it as what? Like the previous question. So 10 into sin square theta whole square plus 15 into cos power 4 theta I can write it as what? Cos square theta whole square is equal to 6. Just now I wrote the identity. Cos square theta can be written as what? 1 minus sin square theta, this thing. So this I can write it as what? See here, 10 sin square theta whole square plus 15 cos square theta can be written as what? 1 minus sin square theta whole square is equal to 6. Is equal to 6. Now everyone, instead of taking sin square, I will take what? For simplification I will take t is equal to sin square theta. Put t is equal to sin square theta. So this will become what? 10 into t square, that is nothing but 10t square plus 15 into 1 minus, this is what? Sin square theta is equal to 6. So this will become what? 15 into 1 minus t whole square is equal to 6. So this is of which form? A minus b whole square form. This will become what? A square plus b square minus 2ab. So this will be 10t square plus 15 into 1 is 15 only plus 15t square minus 2t. Minus 2t into 15 is what friends? Minus 30t is equal to 6. Minus 30t is equal to 6. Now we will simplify this quadratic equation. 15 10t square plus 15t square is what? We will get 25t square. And what about this? Minus 30t. Here what we are having? 15. Here we are having 6. So 15 minus 6 is what friends? 15 minus 6 is what we are having? 15 minus 6 is what we are having? Observe this carefully. 25t square minus 30t, 15 is there. Here 6 if I bring it this side, I will have what? Plus 9 is equal to 0. Plus 9 is equal to 0. Now look at this. 25 into 9 is how much? 25 into 9 is, see, 25 into 8 is 200. 25 into 9 is what? Plus 25, that is 225. We have to get the sum as what? We have to get the sum as 30. That is, we have to get the sum as 30 and we have to get this one as what? We have to get the sum as 30 and we have to get what? Sum as 30 and we have to get the product as what? 225. That means what? What I can do? What I can do? 15 into 15 is what friends? 15 into 15 is what? 15 into 15 is 225, correct na? So the factors, this you know, the quadratic equation, how to solve this quadratic equation already you have learned in your 10th standard. So quadratic equation chapter itself is there when it comes to your 10th mathematics. So see here, this I can write it as what? Just by factorization method I am writing it. So 25t square, 30 can be written as what? 30t can be written as minus 15t plus 9 is equal to 0. Okay. Now let us solve this quadratic equation. What I will be getting? 25t square is there. What I can take common? I can take 5t common. If I take 5t common, this will become what? 5t minus 3. Here again it should become what? 5t minus 3. What I should take common here? 3 only I should take common. 5t minus 3 is equal to 0. What I will be having, friends? I will be having 5t minus 3 into, what is it? 5t minus 3 only I will be having, that is equal to 0. Okay, so 5t minus 3 is equal to 0 I will have. So t will be equal to what? 3 by 5. T is equal to what? 3 by 5. I got t what? T value is equal to 3 by 5. But what is the value of t? 3 by 5 I got. But what is the actual value of t? T is nothing but sin square theta I took. So just put the value of t as sin square theta here. So I will get what, friends? I will get here. Okay, this is what we have to find out. This is what we got to find out. So I will get what? Sin square theta, I will get it as what? Sin square theta I will get it as 3 by 5. Now what is cos square theta value? Cos square theta value will be what? Cos square theta I have to find out. That means cos square theta is 1 minus sin square theta. That is 1 minus 3 by 5. That is 5 minus 3. If I take LCM, 5 minus 3 is 2. This will become 2 by 5. So sin square theta is equal to 3 by 5 I got. Cos square theta is equal to how much I will get? 2 by 5. So once I get sin square cos square, easily I can find out these values. 27 cosec power 6 theta plus 8 sec power 6 theta plus, not plus, divided by 16 sec power 8 theta. So sin square theta if I get, definitely I can write what? Cosec power 2 theta as cosec square theta I can write it as what? 5 by 3. Cos square theta is given, secant square theta I can write it easily because they are reciprocal relations. So secant square theta will be equal to what? 5 by 2. Just put this value here. I can write it as what? 27. What they are asking? 27 cosec power 6 theta. 27 cosec power 6 theta I can write it as what? 27 cosec square theta whole cube. Similarly, secant power 6 theta I can write it as what? Secant square theta whole cube. Okay, secant square theta whole cube, 8 into secant square theta whole cube divided by, what is it we are having? We are having secant power 8 theta. Secant power 8 theta can be written as what? In terms of square, secant square theta whole power 4. Okay, 16 into secant square theta whole power 4. This is what we have. Okay, cosecant square theta can be written as what? What is the value we have got? 5 by 3. This is 5 by 2. Secant square theta is what? Again 5 by 2. Just substitute the values. So 27 into what we are having? Secant square theta or cosecant square theta is what? 5 by 3 whole cube. This is what? 8 into 5 by 2 whole cube divided by, what is this we are having? 16 into 5 by 2 whole cube. This is whole power 4, not whole cube, this is whole power 4. Please be careful. Okay, so this is what we got. Just simplify these values, you will get the answer. Just you have to simplify the values, you will get the answer. Similar to the previous question itself, you have to just simplify the values, you will get the answer very easily. Okay, you will get the answer very easily. So let us simplify here. So 27 into 5 cube by 3 cube. 5 cube is what, friends? 125. 3 cube is what? 3 cube is 27. Let us write down here. So this will be, we'll be getting it as what? 27 into 125 by 27 plus, what is this? 8 into 5 cube is 125 divided by, what is this? 2 cube is 8 divided by, what I am having? 16 into 5 power 4 is what? Just write 5 power 4. Or here also you can further simplify here, no need to do further here. See here, further instead of taking 5 cube, what I can write? See here, 27 into 5 cube by 3 cube is what? 27 plus 8 into 5 cube, right? 5 cube as it is because it will get cancelled, divided by 2 cube is what? 8 divided by 16 into 5 power 4, right? 5 power 4 only. 5 power 4 divided by, what is this? 2 power 4 is what? 16. Now what will happen? This and this, this and this 8, this 8, 27 will cancel, 16 and 16 will cancel. Okay, now I am left with what? Observe carefully. Now I am left with, if you observe carefully, now I am left with this is left with, see here we are having only 5 cube plus 5 cube, 5 cube plus 5 cube divided by 5 power 4. 5 cube plus 5 cube is what? It is nothing but 2 times 5 cube. I will have 2 into 5 cube divided by what I am having? 5 power 4. I am having 5 power 4. 5 cube, 5 power 4. I can cancel this. This I will have what? 1 5 below I will have, that is nothing but equal to 2 by 5 is the answer. 2 by 5 is the answer, friends. Very simple. 2 by 5 is the answer. Which option? Option D. Option D, 2 by 5 is the answer. So very easily, just by the knowledge of what? Identities and also reciprocal relations and what is it? Algebraic identities. algebraic identities, that is a cube plus b cube, okay, a square plus b square, that formula. If you use, you will get the value of this question which is asked in JEE Mains 2025. Okay, just by your 10th knowledge you are able to solve the question from JEE Mains 2025 and also JEE Mains 2021. Okay, so that's how the classes will go on, that's how the concepts you are going to connect. Okay, so 10th mathematics is very important, and how you extend that concepts, how you deepen your understanding, how you have the clarity of the concepts. Okay, you should have clarity of the concepts, and also with that what will happen, subject clarity will develop. With that what happens, you will be able to identify the patterns that is coming in the questions of JEE Mains, or even if it is NEET, or I am talking about other subjects, if it is NEET or in EPSET. Okay, that's how you will connect the concepts. This is known as connecting the dots between 10th mathematics and also 11th and 12th mathematics. Okay, that's why these concepts are very important. This class is very important, the bridge course classes. These are we are going to connect. See, 10th standard results have come. Now itself we are able to solve what, JEE Mains questions. That's the beauty of this bridge course. Clear friends? These all will be helping you throughout the classes when it comes to the bridge course. So let us proceed further. So this is one question we have solved from JEE Mains 2025 using our knowledge of 10th mathematics of trigonometry, that is what, identities. So let us proceed with our concepts further. Okay, identities is done. So big thumbs up to all of you, those who are able to identify the concepts and able to understand the concepts. Now trigonometric functions of particular angles. Trigonometric functions of particular angles. If you look at this, okay, already till 10th standard you already learned up till 90 degree. That is what, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. Okay, this is what you have learned. Okay, in radian measurement we will write 0 degree as 0 only, 30 degree as pi by 6, I already told you, 45 degree as pi by 4, this is pi by 3, 60 degree, pi by 2 is 90 degree, 180 as pi, and 2 pi is 360 degree. These things are something new, you will be studying in 11th and 12th. That I am going to explain now how to remember. So you know that sin 0 is 0, 30 is 1 by 2, 45 is 1 by root 2, 60 is root 3 by 2, and 90 is 1. So remaining you know how to remember. Okay, absolutely how to have clarity about these values. Okay, but you know how to remember also, right? So this is what, crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce. How? What is this? What do you mean by this? See, this is coming here and this is coming here. Okay, and what about this is coming here and this value is coming here and this is coming down. That's what I meant, crisscross applesauce when it comes to sin and cos. And this division, that is 0 by 1 will give you 0. Okay, so that is what tan, because tan is what, tan and cot are quotient relations. That is tan theta can be written as what, sin theta by cos theta. You know that cot theta can be written as what, reciprocal of tan, that is nothing but cos theta by sin theta. Now come to this, very important. Okay, now come to this, very important. That is what we are learning about sin 180 degree, what is the value, sin 360 degree, what is the value, cos 180 degree, what is the value, cos 360 degree, what is the value, tan 180 degree, what is the value, tan 360 degree, what is the value. Sin 180 degree. 180 degree means what, friends? Here it is given pi. So sin of any 180 degree is always 0. That is what? So sin of any pi. 180 degree means what? It is pi. Sin of pi is 0. Any pi means I can write it as what? N pi. Okay. Sin of n pi is what? 0. Sin of any pi. That is what? Sin of, where n is an integer. Sin of what? 1 pi. That is sin pi. Sin of 2 pi. That is 2 pi is what? 360 degree. Sin of 3 pi. Okay. Sin of 4 pi. Sin of 5 pi. Okay. Sin of 6 pi. Sin of 7 pi. Sin of any pi, the value will be equal to 0. Okay. The value will be equal to 0. Now come to tan. Tan is nothing but what? Sin by cos. If sin of pi is 0 means tan pi will also be 0, because numerator is 0 means the entire value will become equal to 0. Correct na? So tan of any pi is also 0. Okay. Sin of any pi is 0. Similarly, tan of any pi, that is n pi, will be equal to 0. Tan of n pi is equal to 0. Okay. Tan of n pi is equal to 0. So they follow same rule, that is sin of n pi, tan of n pi will be equal to what? 0. N pi means what? N value is integer. So sin 180 degree, sin 360 degree, sin 720 degree, all these things, they are all 0. Similarly for tan. Now let us come to cos. Cos is somewhat different. Okay. Cos behaves in a different way. So see here, cos of 180 degree is -1, cos of 2 pi, that is cos of 360 degree is plus 1. So that means what? Cos of pi is oscillating between what? Minus 1 to plus 1. So when it is minus 1, when it is plus 1, let us understand. So see here, if you talk about cos, okay, cos of pi is given as what? Minus 1. Cos of 2 pi is given as what? Plus 1. So that means what? Cos of, here nothing is there means 1. Cos of odd pi is minus 1. Cos of even pi is plus 1. So cos, what is it? Odd, even. So cos, odd negative, even positive. Odd negative, even positive. When it comes to cos, odd is negative, even is positive. So for cos pi the value is 1. For cos 2 pi also the value is 1. For cos 3 pi also value is 1. But the sign changes. So if it is odd pi, the value will be minus 1. Odd pi means what? Cos pi, cos 3 pi, cos 5 pi, cos 7 pi, the value will be equal to what? Minus 1. So when it comes to even pi, cos 2 pi, cos 4 pi, cos 6 pi, the value will be equal to what? Plus 1. So this is the thing you have to remember when it comes to 180 degree, 360 degree, all these things. Clear friends? So let us proceed further. Signs of trigonometric functions. Signs of trigonometric functions. So signs of trigonometric functions. So we know that trigonometric ratios are there. 6 trigonometric ratios are there. That is what? Sin, cos, tan, cosecant, secant and cot. Right. So what will happen to the value? What will happen to the sign of those functions in different quadrants? So suppose this is what? This is coordinate axis. This is x, x dash, y, y dash. This is origin. Let us take it. Now this is first quadrant. This is second quadrant. This is third quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. So if you take the value of theta, here theta value will be what? Here 0 degree, here 90 degree, or let me take it as pi by 2. This will be what? Pi. This is 270 degree, I can write it as what? 3 pi by 2. Okay, this will be, it will come here, it will be cyclical, so this will be what? 0, or you can write it as what? 360 degree, that is 2 pi. That is 2 pi. Now see here, here it is what? Here it is positive x axis and positive y axis. In first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios, be it sin, cos, tan, cot, cosecant, secant, all are positive. All are positive. In the second quadrant, what happens is only sin is positive. Okay, sin theta and its reciprocal, cosecant theta is positive. Okay, sin theta and its reciprocal is what? Sin reciprocal is what? Cosecant theta. You know this in 10th itself. Cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sin. So this is positive. Okay, this is positive. All are positive here. Here only sin and cosecant are positive. When it comes to third quadrant, tan theta and its reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of tan theta? That is cot theta, that is positive. So here tan theta and its reciprocal cot theta, that is positive. When it comes to fourth quadrant, cos theta and its reciprocal is what? Secant theta are positive. Cos theta and its reciprocal secant theta are positive. Okay, they are positive. That means what? Here all the trigonometric ratios are positive. Here I am telling only sin and its reciprocal is positive. That means what? What about other trigonometric ratios? That is cos, tan, cot and secant. They will be negative. Similarly here, if tan is positive means cot is positive means what happens to other trigonometric ratios? Sin, cos, okay, secant, cosecant, they will be what? Negative. Here cos is positive, secant is positive means what about sin? Sin, cosecant, tan and cot, they will be negative. They will be negative. That is the meaning of this. How to remember this? ASTC rule we call it as, okay, ASTC. Okay, we call it as what? ASTC. That means what? First quadrant all are positive. Second quadrant sin is positive. Okay. Second quadrant sin is positive. Third quadrant, what is it? Tan is positive and its reciprocals are positive. Here also reciprocals are positive. Fourth quadrant cos is positive. Fourth quadrant cos is positive. We remember it as what? ASTC rule, or you can also use the mnemonic add sugar to coffee. Okay, add sugar to coffee. This is one mnemonic. Or you can remember which is very applicable to you people. After school to college you are going now, correct na? After school to college. After school to college. So this is how you can remember the ASTC rule. This is how you can remember the ASTC rule. Okay. This is how you can remember the ASTC rule, friends. Clear? So this is how you can remember the ASTC rule. Now if you see, okay. Now if you see here, before going to the questions on this, Now understand here, trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Trigonometric ratios of negative angles if we talk about. So see here, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, cos of minus theta is plus cos theta, but when it comes to tan of minus theta is minus tan theta, okay, cosecant of minus theta is minus cosecant theta, secant of minus theta is plus secant theta, and cot of minus theta is minus cot theta. Okay, so what is happening? What is happening? So when it comes to trigonometric ratios of negative angles, you people can sit in the next class. All of you sit in the next class, or sometime sit in the next class. Tell others also. So see here, when you talk about the negative angles, what is happening? The negative sign is thrown out by what? By sine, tan, cosecant, and cot. But when it comes to cos, see these people, sine, tan, cosecant, and cot, they don't like negativity. Whatever the negativity is given, that is throwing out. Okay, whatever negative is inside, they are throwing it out. But this is a person, cos of minus theta, secant of minus theta, that is cos and secant, they are little different kind of person. Whatever negativity is there, they will keep it inside. That means what? So cos of minus theta will become plus cos theta. Okay, they will observe the negativity, and here it will be positive. Okay, so cos of minus theta is what? Plus cos theta. Similarly, it's reciprocal. Secant of minus theta will become what? Plus secant theta. This you have to remember. Okay, this you have to remember. Okay, so till now in 10th standard, what has happened? These negative angles you have not learnt. Okay, so here make a note of it. That is what? When it comes to 6 trigonometric ratios, everything behaves same. What is that? Sine, okay, tan, cot, cosecant, they behave same. 4 trigonometric ratios behave same. What they are doing? Whatever negativity is there, negative angle, whatever negativity is there, it is throwing it out. Okay, it is throwing it out. That is, it will become negative of the angle. Sine of minus 30 degree will become what? Minus sine 30 degree. But when it comes to cos and secant, what is happening? They are observing the negativity. So cos of minus 30 is becoming what? Cos 30. Secant of minus 30 is becoming what? Secant 30. If I take an example, sine of minus 30 degree, it is becoming what? Minus sine 30 degree. Cos of minus 30 degree, it is becoming what? Cos 30 degree. It is observing the negativity. It is observing the negativity. Okay. Now when we talk about secant, it's a reciprocal of cos. Secant of minus 30 degree, it is also observing negativity, so it is becoming what? Secant 30 degree. Okay. So these are the things you have to know when it comes to negative angles. Trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Clear, friends? So now we have learnt what? We have learnt ASTC rule, and we have learnt trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Can we solve one question? A competitive exam. Okay, competitive exam question from just by this basics. Yes, we can solve a question. So let us solve that question. So this is a question from state entrance, Telangana state entrance, that is famous state entrance, that is Telangana EAP set exam. Okay, Telangana EAP set exam. Just by the knowledge of ASTC rule and trigonometric ratios of negative angles, you will be able to solve this question. You will be able to solve this question, friends. So this is a question they have asked in May 2024 Telangana. Okay, May 2024 Telangana shift 1, they have asked this question. See, EAP set exam, this is also online exam just like JEE. Okay, so they conduct in various shifts just like JEE mains. So see here, highly competitive exam. Just by the knowledge of ASTC rule and also trigonometric ratios of negative angles, you will be able to solve this question. So see here, first thing, read the question carefully. What they are telling? Tan A is equal to minus 60 by 11. Okay, tan A they are telling the value is what? Minus 60 by 11, and A does not lie in the 4th quadrant. So let us write the quadrants first. So see here, these are the quadrants we are having. Here all are positive, here only sine is positive. Okay, all are positive, here only sine is positive, here tan is positive, here what is it? Cos is positive. Okay, positive. Okay, we know that, right? ASTC rule, this is what I told you. Now they are telling tan A is equal to minus 60 by 11. A does not lie in the 4th quadrant. That means what? A should not lie in the 4th quadrant. This is 1st quadrant, 2nd, okay, this is 2nd, this is 2nd quadrant, this is 3rd quadrant, and this is what? This is 4th quadrant, right now? This is 4th quadrant. They are telling A should not lie in the 4th quadrant, but tan A is minus 60 by 11. That means what? A is giving us negative value. That tan A is becoming negative. Tan A is negative in which quadrant? A should not lie in the 4th quadrant. They are telling A should not lie in the 4th quadrant. And tan A, they are telling it is negative. tan A, it is negative. See, it cannot be negative in the first quadrant. Okay, it cannot be negative in the first quadrant. Tan is what? Tan is positive here. See, everything is positive in the first quadrant. So tan cannot come here. Here it cannot come. Tan cannot come in the third quadrant because tan is positive in the third quadrant. And they are telling A does not lie in the fourth quadrant, means A should lie in the second quadrant. A should lie in the second quadrant. There only tan is negative. Observe carefully. See, tan value they have given some negative value, and they are telling A does not lie in the fourth quadrant. A does not lie in the fourth quadrant. That means what? Tan A should come either in first quadrant, second quadrant, or third quadrant. First quadrant tan is positive. Okay, and also in third quadrant tan is positive. It cannot be minus 60 by 11. Negative sign cannot come. Only in the second quadrant tan is negative now. In fourth quadrant also tan is negative, but they are telling A cannot lie in the fourth quadrant, means tan A also cannot lie in the fourth quadrant. That means what? Tan A will lie in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant only sine and cosecant are positive. Here tan will become what? Negative. So A is lying in which quadrant? A is lying in second quadrant. A is lying in second quadrant. Now let us come back. So secant B is equal to 41 by 9. That is what? Positive value. And B does not lie in the first quadrant. Okay, they are telling B will not lie in the first quadrant, and secant B is given. Secant B is what? Positive value. Okay, secant B is a positive value. Secant is what? Reciprocal of cos. Here cos is a positive value. Secant B is a positive value. So positive value for cos will come first quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay, positive value will not come in second quadrant and third quadrant. Third quadrant only tan is positive, and second quadrant only sine is positive. So observe again, secant they were given a positive value, and B does not lie in the first quadrant, they are telling. So if B does not lie in the first quadrant, that means what? Secant B should become positive. Secant B definitely it can become positive in the first quadrant and also in the fourth quadrant, because cos is positive and secant is positive in the fourth quadrant. It can be positive in first quadrant and fourth quadrant, but they are telling B does not lie in what? B does not lie in the first quadrant. That means definitely B will lie in what? Fourth quadrant. B will lie in fourth quadrant. B is lying in fourth quadrant. Now what they are asking us? If cosecant A plus cot B is equal to K, if cosecant A plus cot B is equal to K, then 24K is equal to what? Now we know the quadrants of A and B. A is in second quadrant, B is in fourth quadrant. Now cosecant A plus cot B is equal to K, then 24K is equal to what? Now they have given us tan A. I want to first find cosecant A, then cot B. To find cosecant A, I will make use of this tan A is equal to minus 60 by 11. So whenever we have given this, we have to find out the other values. So tan A is given. So tan A is given as what? If I draw a triangle here, this basics you already done your 10th standard, correct now? If this is theta, okay, this is what tan A, this is A, means tan A is what? Tan A is minus 60 by 11, but here I won't write minus because distance cannot be negative. I will write it as what? 60 by 11. Okay, 60 by 11. I want to find out this hypotenuse value. To find out hypotenuse value, what you will use? You will use Pythagoras theorem. So that will be what? 60 square plus 11 square square root. Correct na? 60 square is 3600, 11 square is 121. Okay, under the square root. Now this will become what? This will give us 3721. This will give us 3721. I want to find out square root of 3721. Okay, I want to find out square root of 3721. See, one more class, in some other class I will talk about speed mathematics or speed calculation, which will be highly useful for you to solve the questions on mathematics very fastly, and also in physics and chemistry numericals. So now let me give a glimpse of it, that is 3721. How to find the square root? You divide it like this. So here it is ending with 1. So if you take the squares of 1 to 10 numbers, that is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, 8 square, 9 square and 10 square. So the square of which is ending with 1, if you talk about 1 square is ending with 1 and also 9 square is ending with 1, that is 81. Okay, so I should write what here? I should write here 1 and 9. Okay, that is done. Now come to 37. 37 is lying between which square? 37 is definitely lying between which square? It is lying between 6 square and 7 square, correct na? This is 36, this is 49. So out of 36 and 49, okay, 37 is lying between these two. And also out of this you have to take the lower value, that is you have to take 6 square, that is just 6. You write 6 here, you write 6 here. Okay, now we got two values for 3721. Square root, what I am doing, I am still not solving the question. I am telling you how to find the square root of a bigger number. So see here 61 and 69 I got, but I am not able to decide which one. Now 37 is there, correct na? 37 is there. Okay, so 37 is there. Now we took what? The lower value is 6. Now the lower value is 6 means, so 61, 69 I got it. Now I got 6 means, after 6 what is the next number I have? 7. 6 7s are what I will get? 42. Do this. 6 sevens I will get 42. This 37 is greater than 42 or less than 42? This 37 is definitely less than 42. 37 is definitely less than 42. Less than 42 means I should go for the lower number. That means what? Square root of 3721 I will get it as 61. Square root of 3721 I will get it as 61. So this is how you will find out the square root. But this topic is about trigonometry. I am not going to go in depth about how to find the square root. Please make a note of it. I will just wipe it now. Okay, because our question is not about the square root. It is about finding the value of cosecant A plus cot A is equal to k. We have to find out 24k. Correct. So see here. Now we will have 61 here. So I want cosecant A. Cosecant A is equal to what, friends? Cosecant A is nothing but equal to, cosecant A is nothing but equal to what? Hypotenuse by opposite side, because it is reciprocal of sine. So I will get what? 61 by 60 I will get cosecant A, plus I have to find cot B. I have to find cot B, correct now? Now I have what? I have what they have given us? Secant B. Secant B is given. Secant B is given to be how much? 41 by 9. So let us use a triangle. So see here, this is what you used to do in 10th standard. If one trigonometric ratio is given, they used to find out, they used to ask you to find out other trigonometric ratios value. So see here, secant B. Secant B means what? Secant B is given, correct now? Secant B is hypotenuse by, see, secant B is what? Hypotenuse by adjacent side. This is the hypotenuse 41, this will be adjacent side 9, okay, let this be B. So I have to find the opposite side, this one I have to find out, opposite side, okay, opposite side I have to find out. So that how I can find out, okay, how I can find out? So this is what? By applying Pythagoras theorem, I will get what? 41 square minus 9 square is equal to this opposite square, correct now? Opposite square I can find out, 41 square minus 9 square. Instead of using the square, what I can apply here? This is of the form a square minus b square. I can use what? A plus b into a minus b. So this will be what? 41 minus 9 into 41 plus 9 is equal to o square. So that will be equal to what? So 41 minus 9 is what, friends? 41 minus 9 is nothing but equal to 32. 32. This is what? 50 is equal to o square. Okay, 50. This is what? 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, 16, 1600. So o square, I want o, square root of 1600 is what? I will get 40. I got 40 here. I got the value of this as what? 40. I got the value of this as what? 40. I got 40. Now secant B is 41 by 9. Now I want what? Cot B. I want cot B. Cot B value, understand very carefully. This is in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cot is positive or negative? In the fourth quadrant, only cos and secant are positive. So other trigonometric ratios will be negative. So cot B here, the value of cot B will be numerical value if I want it. That is nothing but what? Adjacent by what? Opposite. Adjacent by opposite. Adjacent is what here? 9. Opposite is what? 40. What is the sign? In the fourth quadrant, cot is negative. I should write what? Minus 9 by 40. So this value I have to find out. So here instead of plus, what I should write? 61 by 60. This is what? This is what I have to find out, right? 61 by 60 minus what is this? 9 by 40. Okay, let us do it here. Okay, let us do it here. That is what? 61 by 60 minus 9 by 40. Let us take the LCM. This will be what? 60 into 40. I will get what? 61 into 40 minus 9 into 60. 9 into 60. Now further simplify. This will be what? 4, 4 6 are 24 minus 9 6 are 540. Okay, 9 6 are 54. This will be what? 60 into 40. Okay, this is what we will have. Now on simplifying this, I will get what? I will get what? Here I will get what? 1900. Correct na? 1900 I will be getting. I will be getting what? 1900. 1900 divided by 6 4 is 24 00. So this is what we got. This is k value. This is k value. 0 0 cancel. K value is what? 19 by 24. They are asking what? 24k. 24k is nothing but what, friends? 24k is nothing but 24 into 19 by 24. 24 into 19 by 24. Okay. 24 into 19 by 24. Let me write it here. So 24k means what is the value of k we got? K is 19 by 24. So see here 24 cancel. I am getting what? 19. Okay. I am getting the value as what? 19. This is the second option is the right answer. See, directly I can use certain shortcuts and I can get the answer very easily within a minute. But I am explaining each and every step since you are 10 students transforming to or moving to 11th standard. You have to know each and every concept. That's why each and every step you have to follow how we are doing it. Okay. So cot I am taking negative. Why? Because in the fourth quadrant cot is negative. Okay. Tan here is negative, but cosecant they are asking. Cosecant is positive because cosecant is what? Reciprocal of sine. The second quadrant sine is positive, that means what? Cosecant is also positive. So we will get the answer as what, friends, here? 19. We will get the answer as what? 19. Clear, friends? Clear? You can just take a screenshot of the solution if you want. Okay, you can take a screenshot of the solution if you want. This is how we are going to help you connect the dots between what? 10 syllabus and 11 syllabus. Clear how we are able to solve this? Okay, let us proceed further. So this was a question we were able to solve based on our knowledge of ASTC rule and also signs of trigonometric ratios, that is trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Okay. Now very important, this concept highly important, because in 11th standard, see in 10th standard what you learn? Complementary angles, that is sin 90 minus theta, you learnt it as what? Cos theta. Okay, cos 90 minus theta, you learnt it as what? Sin theta. Tan 90 minus theta, you learnt it as what? Cot theta. Cosecant 90 minus theta, you learnt it as what? Secant theta, and vice versa. Correct now? These are complementary angles. But when it comes to your 11th and 12th, what happens is you will get numerous formulas. That is like you may have to find 90 plus theta. Okay, next is what? You may have to find 180 minus theta plus or minus theta, 270 plus or minus theta, 360 plus or minus theta for all the 6 trigonometric ratios. For all the 6 trigonometric ratios. So that means what? You have to remember numerous formulas. But should you remember those formulas? Definitely not. We will give you a trick. I will be giving you a trick here. This slide is highest importance. You have to give for this slide, very important, because using this tricks, okay, you need not by heart these formulas. Without by hearting the formulas also, you will be able to get the accurate answer and also very easily. Okay, within fraction of seconds you will be able to get the answer to those values. So that means what? So see here, steps to get any angle, very important, please pay keen attention here. So see here, pi by 2 into odd multiple, that means what? Pi by 2 is multiplied by some odd number. Then what will happen to sine? Sine will transform into cos, cos will, and vice versa, cos will transform into sine, this way, sine will transform into cos and cos will transform into sine. What about tan? Tan will become cot and cot will become tan, vice versa. Secant will become cosecant and cosecant will become secant. When pi by 2 into odd multiple, sine of pi by 2 into odd multiple. Odd multiple means what? It can be 1, it can be 3, it can be 5. So that means what? Sine of, I can write pi by 2 into odd multiple is 1, or I can write sine, what is it? 3 pi by 2. When we are having like this, okay, sine will change to cos, sine will change to sine will change to what? Cos, cos will change to sine, tan will change to cot, cot will change to tan, secant will change to cosecant, cosecant will change to secant. This is one thing, pi by 2 into odd multiple. Now come back here. Now if you are having pi by 2 into even multiple, pi by 2 into even multiple, what will happen? Pi by 2 into even multiple means what? Even can be 2, 4, okay, 6, 8, something like that. So it can be what? It can be pi by 2 into, I can write it as what? 2, pi by 2 into 4, pi by 2 into 6, like this. So this will become what? 2 cancel, 2, 2, 2, it will become 2 3s. We will have what? Pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. If it is like this, what will happen to the trigonometric functions? Trigonometric functions will remain same. It will become same. That means what? Sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, cot will remain cot, cosecant will remain cosecant, and secant will remain secant, and secant will remain what? Secant. Okay, this is the thing about if you are multiplying pi by 2 into even multiple. Okay, if you are having the angle as what? What is this? Pi by 2 into odd multiple, pi by 2 into even multiple. What are this? They are the angles. They are the angles. What I am basically explaining is sine of angle is there, cos of some angle is there. So see here, inside this angle we are having pi by 2 into odd multiple. Odd multiple can be 3 pi by 2, or I can write it like this. This one I can write it like this. Here into odd multiple, sine will change to cos and vice versa. So trigonometric functions will change. Here when it comes to pi by 2 into even multiple, trigonometric function will remain the same. Now what is the value of the function? You will get it by this. But what about the sine? What about the sign, whether it is positive or negative? So check the quadrant for the sign as per the original function. as per the original function, very important. They are telling what? As per the original function, very important. Why? Because you have to check the sign as per the original function. You have to check the sign as per the original function. So not from the transformed function, but from the original function. How? What do you mean by this? Let us take some examples to understand. So they are asking us to find the value of sine, what is it? 150 degree, I think that is cos 225 degree, minus 225 degree. So see here, sine 150 degree we have to find out the value. Okay, sine 150 degree we have to find out the value. So before finding out the exact value, I will write the sine here. Sine 150 degree. Sine 150 degree is in which quadrant? See, 0 to 90 is what? First quadrant. 90 to 180 is what? Second quadrant. So 150 is coming between 90 degree to 180 degree. It is lying. It is lying between 90 and 180. That means it is what? It is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, as per ASTC rule, sine is positive or negative? Sine is definitely positive. So we will have a positive value here, sine 150. But now sine 150 I can write it as what? I can do it in two ways. Sine 150 I can write it as what? 90 plus 60 degree. 90 plus 60 degree. Correct na? Sine 90 plus 60 degree I can write it. Okay. Sine 90 plus 60. That is what? 90 is what? Pi by 2. Pi by 2 into 1. That is nothing but what? Pi by 2. I can write this as what? I can write it. This one see here. Pi by 2 plus 60 degree I can write it. Correct na? So pi by 2 is what? Pi by 2 is odd multiple of pi by 2. Correct na? Pi by 2 means what? It is 1 pi by 2. So sine will become what? Sine will become cos. So this will become cos 60. Cos 60, what is the value, friends? Cos 60, the value is what? 1 by 2. So the cos 60, the value is what? 1 by 2. So here the value is will be what? 1 by 2. So sine 150 degree, what is the value? 1 by 2 we will get it. Okay. See, sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. That's what I told you. Crisscross apple sauce. So see here, sine 150 degree, what is the value? 1 by 2. Sine 150 degree, what is the value? 1 by 2, we will get it. Similarly, if I use another way, if I use even multiple, sine 150 I can also write it as what? See, sine 150 degree I can also write it as what? I can also write it as sine 180 minus 30 degree. Correct na? Sine 180 minus 30 degree. But 180 is what? 180 is 2 pi. That is nothing but what? That is nothing but pi by 2 into what is it? Pi by 2 into what is it? Pi by 2 into 2. So that is what? That is nothing but what? Even multiple. Even multiple. 180 is even multiple. So sine will remain sine only. Sine will remain sine only. So sine 180 minus 30, that will become sine 30. Sine 30, what is the value? 1 by 2. So we will get the answer as what? 1 by 2 again. We will get the answer as what? 1 by 2 again. Clear, friends? These how we will be able to get the value of the function. Clear? These how we will be able to get the value of the function. Clear? Fine then. So cos minus 225 degree is the second question. Okay. So this I will be solving in the next class. Next class will also be trigonometry. Some more concepts of trigonometry are there which are highly important and highly useful for you people transforming from 10th to 11th and 12th standard. So cos of 225 degree, first thing I will tell you, cos of negative angle is what? It will become positive. Cos of 225 degree it will become. Now you can use either 180 plus 45 or you can use 275 minus 45, 270 minus 45. Try that and use it. Put it in the comment section. Please try this question and put the value in the comment section. I will be solving it in the next class. Alright friends, I will wind up now. Okay, thank you so much. Please do continue the sessions for all the next 20 to 22 days. Okay, and please watch the next session. That is the next subject that is coming up in short period of time. Clear friends, thank you. Let's meet in the tomorrow session. Take care and please go through the session again and revise it. Okay, clear. Thank you. Take care.